Hey guys, how you doing? Jeff here. And today, well, I'm going to do a reply video to one Mr. Thor Skywalker who talked about the prequel hate. And Mr. Thor, it's a great video. It brought up a lot of questions and brought up a lot of things to think about. And you asked at the end, hey, what was your view on the prequels and the prequel hate and all that? I can't speak for other people, but I can tell you what my point of view is. I was born in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in 1982. 82. But anyways, I was born about 6 months to a year before Return of the Jedi came out, which is, by the way, my favorite Star Wars movie. But I was a little boy by the time I started watching VHS videos. Yes, I'm that old. My dad had bought them, so we had them on VHS, and that's how I got into Star Wars, watching them on video. In fact, one of my fondest memories was my parents split up when I was younger, neither here nor there, but my mom took me to see the original trilogy when they did the re-releases, the special editions, and re-released them in theaters. That was the first time I ever got to see Star Wars on the big screen. Yes, I know it's not like the people who got to experience it in 77, 80, and 83, but at least I got to see them on a big screen. That was well worth it to me. And then, of course, we go into the prequels in 99, and 99 to 2005, when the prequels ended, that was kind of my teenage years into my Marine Corps years. So I'm coming at this from a little bit older perspective. I didn't grow up with the prequels. I was pretty much a young man when they came out. So that being said, I don't hate the prequels, but I don't think they're the greatest thing ever. And yes, Revenge of the Sith out of the three is my favorite. But I don't think they were quite directed the best. I don't think they were acted the best. I think they could have had a little bit more people saying, George, maybe we should do it this way. George, I think on that project had way too many yes men and not enough people saying, oh, maybe we should try this. I think that was the problem. I think they just let George do what he wanted to do, and he didn't quite nail it as far as I'm concerned. He didn't quite stick the landing. They were good enough, but they weren't quite what I thought they could be. And as far as the Clone Wars TV show, I have got very mixed feelings about that. And one of these days, I'm going to get up off my lazy butt and I'm going to do what I did like about the Clone Wars TV show and what I didn't like about the Clone Wars TV show. Because that one's going to take me a while to hash it out. But that being said, yes, I didn't really like Jar Jar Binks. I thought he was quite annoying. But once again, I wasn't the key demographic for Jar Jar. But never in a million years did I even think about going after Ahmed Best. I'm like, hey, he did a job. He played a character. I didn't necessarily like the character. That's on me. But I'm not going to sit there and criticize Ahmed Best for it. I also quite didn't like the story for Boba Fett, but hey, it worked. And I liked the character of Jango Fett, even though I didn't quite like how he ended. Boy, so some nods to George Lucas. Yes, he used a lot of CGI. Not shocker there. He kind of led the way with, industrial light magic, which I think is George Lucas's greatest gift to the movie world. Not Star Wars, ILM. That's just my opinion. But his world building and making the world look lived in and real, fantastic. Like, that is the strong suit of the prequels, is they feel real. They feel lived in. They feel like a galaxy far, far away, like Once Upon a Time the original trilogy did. In fact, if anything, I thought they did a real good job of showing what the old Republic looked like, the Republic looked like before its fall. And the reason why it did, and how so many people could suddenly just flip a gear and suddenly go from the Republic to the Empire. And of course, we got the fantastic line from Natalie Portman, this is how freedom dies, with thunderous roars and applause. And it's like, he definitely stuck that little landing. See, the prequels to me they had some high highs and some low lows. They're a mixed bag. but I like them for what they are. They told the story they needed to tell. I just don't think they did it the best way. That's just my 2 cents. I didn't hate them, but I didn't, I wasn't jumping up in joy for them being the greatest thing ever. I was like, they're there. They tell the story and they explain, the tale of Anakin. And I do have to give George Lucas credit for turning this into the saga of Anakin Skywalker, his fall and his redemption. It was a masterstroke. He tied it in. He did a damn good job of it, in my opinion. And he picked really good actors to represent, younger versions of what we grew up with on screen, like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Masterstroke. Absolutely masterstroke. So, again, didn't hate it, didn't exactly love it, but I appreciate it for what it is. But anyways, Thor, I hope that gets my point across for you. I also, if anybody wants to reply to this video, want to hear what you thought of the prequels. Did you hate them? Did you love them? Or was it kind of like me where it was a mixed bag? There was some great stuff in there, but there was some other stuff where it was like, yeah, that's not what I wanted or would have done, but I can live with it. I'm Jeff. I'll catch you on the next one.